A teen accused of causing the boating accident with his friend and made his first Beaufort room today. News 3's Andrew Davis was there and is joining us live from the Lowcountry newsroom tonight with what happened.
Court as the 19-year-old faced a judge for the first time since being accused in that crash that left Mallory Beach dead.
Paul Murdaugh sat silently for most of his arraignment hearing as a packed house of friends and witnesses waited to hear more about what crashed and Mallory Beach died. He and all the other underage passengers that night aboard were deemed grossly intoxicated by police. Murdaugh's attorney made his plea of not guilty to 3 felony counts and waived the hearing of any charges, which means the details will stay hidden until it goes to trial. The focus then turned to whether that 19-year-old should go to jail.
He is presumed innocent. He's pleading not guilty, and as a result, he should be afforded a release on his own recognizance because there is no showing of any of the criteria which would affect that.
We would have some concern as to danger to the community, given that this case involves the use of alcohol. Standard condition with bond is that we not have any crimes committed on bond, so I would assume that would include the underage use of alcohol.
Murdaugh showed good faith by turning over his passport and waiving extradition, which means if he does try to run, he would be brought back to stand trial.
And no evidence presented to this court that the defendant will not appear when he is called to court. In fact, all the evidence points otherwise. I'm going to set a personal recognizance bond in the amount of $50,000.
Just wanted to accommodate any concerns the AG's office had. He's not leaving the state. He's not going to leave the country. So, and he'd waive extradition. Those are normal conditions. So, no, we did exactly what's normal. This is being handled in a very normal fashion.
Anything to say about that, about why he decided to plead not guilty?
Because he's not guilty.
Mallory Beach's parents the entire time presented today. They walked out saying they had no comment. The South Carolina Attorney General's office was brought in to prosecute this case, and Judge Robert John came from the 15th Circuit Court because of the close ties the entire Murdaugh family has with prosecutors and judges in our area. Andrew Davis, WSAV News 3.